Hey everybody, this is us for Wednesday, March 9th and Thursday, March 10th because we have our block days. So if you had to draw a Bohr model of sulfur, how we would answer the following questions. How many protons would be in the nucleus? Well, we know that the atomic number is what, friends? Oh, that's right. You guys said it. 16. So that would be 16. How many neutrons? We would have to, I'm going to insert a text box here because we found that on our periodic table. Okay. Let me make this font big enough too so we can all see it. Okay. Bring this box down just a little. There we go. All right. So for question 1, your answer would be, it would be 16 because that's the number on the periodic table that's at the very top of the box. And I can show you what that looks like if you give me just a quick second. Go here into daily slides. I'll come into our unit. Let me grab my notebook that has the periodic table here. Oops, there we go. Open. And there we go. All right. So right here, we look for sulfur, the big S right there. And it shows, S, and on the top it says 16. Remember that top number. All right. How many neutrons? Well, if we go back to our periodic table, we know that we take the mass, and this is 32. We take the mass, 32, minus the number of protons, 16, and that comes up with 16. How many electron shells will you draw? Well, on the periodic tables, remember, we discovered that these numbers going down the side here in the period column, that's the rows across, that these numbers tell us how many shells. So sulfur's in this row, so it would be 3 shells. Oops. 3 shells. And how many valence electrons will there be? Well, we're going to have to count this up because we know we're going to have 16 total electrons. Okay. In the first level we have 2. In the next level we have 8. Oop. Okay, so that's 10. So we got one more shell, and that means if we add 6, we have 6. All right, so we're going to have 16 valence electrons, or I'm sorry, 6 valence electrons in the outside shell. Remember, each shell likes to contain 8 to 18 on that third shell. So let's go over this. We're going to practice learning to interpret Bohr models and understanding the atom structure and reactivity in them. I can define valence electrons. I can determine how many shells they need. We just did that. I can find protons, neutrons on the Bohr model, and I can read an atom's reactivity. So this is what we have here for aluminum. Now this is slide 13, so you may want to pause this and make sure you copy this all in. And yours looks like that. Now here's it says draw a Bohr model. And so let's insert, I actually went and found a picture, upload from the computer. And there we go. So this is what the Bohr model of fluorine looks like. Remember, I love Bohr's models because here you've got protons 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he kind of tells you the electrons, and then you know the leftovers, because fluorine has a mass of 19, is our neutrons. And it gives you a lot of information. So the next thing is we're going to concern ourselves with is the valence electrons. The valence electrons are the electrons in the highest energy level, the outermost shell. So who's hanging out in the last shell? Okay? So why do they matter? Because they tell us the reactivity of the element, how well it's going to react with others. So our little friends here, valence electron of 8, group family 18, neon, argon, and that is our noble gases. That's this group right here. They are not reactive at all. Okay? So our highly reactive friends are in 1 and 17. So let's go back here. So columns 1 and columns 17. Yep, those are highly reactive. You're going to get a lot of fizz. And in here they're reactive, but you may not see it as much. Now if you take a look really close, here's someone. 8 18. 1 or 7, 1 and 17. Then the others, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16. We look here, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16. This group right here, this lower kind of block, we're not worrying ourselves with that right now. So that's why we're being very specific as to these rows. All right, so in class today, we worked on this worksheet, investigating element identity and reactivity. I'd like you to take a try at this, maybe on some paper, using your, you can just copy this little chart down, just to kind of see that you have this. And we worked on that for a while today. So, and I'll give you an example here. Number of protons, well, it's right there, 7. Put my text box here. Number of protons, so let's look here, 7. Oh, that's nitrogen. Okay, so 7, because that's right there in the thing. The element's identity. Well, we're going to use the symbol and the name, nitrogen, okay? Oh, my spelling's a little off today. Let me fix that. There we go. Number of valence electrons. So this is kind of a little bit easier. I'm counting in this outermost shell. Now in this one, it's in the very darkest blue ring. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to click back here. And I'm going to check here where, sorry, I'm tabbing funny. I'm clicking these things wrong. 5, okay? So now we're going to look at our periodic, we're going to look at our little chart from here. Okay, I'm going to have to look at my periodic table. Nitrogen, I am in 15, in group 15. 15 is reactive. So all you need to do here is kind of click here and just kind of tab over 15, tab, and reactive. All right, so this, you can look this stuff up and it's really simple to do. So when you're done with this, we're going to have you check your grades. There's a fun spring break Kahoot. And then after that, there's a Bohr model quiz. So let's take a look at that. Now, while that's going to be counted, I'm going to use my friends in first period, that's going to be counted in next semester, in next quarter. It is right here. So again, here's our due now. Okay, there are daily sides. Okay, and here is your Bohr model quiz. You'll take that. Mr. and I have to grade a piece of this. So when you're done with this, just be patient. We need to grade one, but you'll take this Bohr model quiz. And then there is an Adams Review Spring Break Edition Kahoot, kind of to keep your brain flowing and things like that. But that is where we are at. Okay, when you're done though, graph your score, check your grades, okay, because report cards are done. And just think about what's one of the things you're looking most forward to over spring break. Choose the one you'd want the most. Sleeping, traveling, playing sports, watching movies or Netflix, or creating stuff. All right, friends, we hope you all have a great spring break. We will see you all on Monday, March 21st. And later in that week, we're also going to do the science interim. So we're only going to have 2 videos that week. All right, have a great day.